Hi everyone! Today I will be rewriting Total Drama World Tour in order to making it a redemption season. What do I mean by that? There are many underdogs, many characters with little no screen time that have been eliminated too early and didn't have the right time to shine in either island or action. So I decided to rewrite Total Drama World Tour just for giving these characters more screen time. So now let's get to see the new cast I've decided for this season. Ezekiel, Eva, Noah, Katie, Tyler, and Cody and Sadie who haven't made it in Total Drama Action. Justin, Trent, Bridget, and Lindsay because they were all robbed in Total Drama Action, and 3 out of 4 of them were early mergers in Ireland. Gwen, Owen, Heather, Duncan, Beth, and Courtney. Because even if they all made the final 4, I still have something to do with them in this season. Sierra and Alejandro were last but not least. So, episode 1, the dynamics still be the same, except that Trent still shows that he's not over Gwen, and Katie and Sadie still show some attachment to Justin, but later on in the confessional they explain that it's just a strategy to keep him around them. After Total Drama Action, Justin became very unpopular, and Katie and Sadie will never be with someone unpopular. And this time the two besties will try to be strategic players, and they would obviously will avoid to be fooled. During the challenge, when it's about to choose if going up or inside the pyramid, Alejandro, Bridget, Lindsay, Beth, Tyler, Courtney, Duncan, and Gwen go up the pyramid, and the rest goes under the pyramid. Inside the pyramid, there are 3 doors. Owen and Heather take the first door. Katie, Sadie, and Justin take the second door, and they're followed by Sierra and Cody. Noah, Ezekiel, Trent, and Eva are the only ones remaining. Trent asks what to do, and Eva shouts to go in the third door. In the first room, Owen and Heather find a pile of things for mummifying and the rest. I don't know. Anyway, for mistake, Owen trips inside this pile and it activates a trap where both of him and Heather fall in. Heather stands up and she can't find Owen. Something stands up and it starts following Heather. Heather runs. When Katie, Sadie, Justin, Cody, and Sierra enter in the second room, they look around. Justin presses a button. It activates another trap, and after activating it, they all start screaming and running around. Trent, Noah, Eva, and Ezekiel arrive in the third room. Trent pats one of the mummified animals, and one of them cracks. Great, now we're cursed. No, Trent's cursed. And then the floor started shaking, and the 4 started searching for the exit. Heather is the first to get outside of the pyramid, and when Chris announces that she's the the first one to get outside of the pyramid, she unwraps the mummy that was chasing her, just to know that it was Owen all the time. She complains about it, and she complains even more, getting to know that they're teammates now. Then Duncan, Courtney, and Gwen come down the pyramid, and the same scene where Chris demands a reprise of the first song. Duncan gets angry and quits the game. Like in canon, Alejandro, Bridget, Lindsay, and in this rewrite Beth as well, come down from the pyramid, and only Lindsay and Beth are allowed to be in Team 1 because Chris says this season there are going to be 3 teams. So Lindsay, Beth, Owen, Heather, Gwen, and Courtney are Team 1. Alejandro is not actually mad that he can be in the same team as Lindsay and Beth. In the end, he still has Bridget, doesn't he? He lets Bridget walk past him, and then, because right before Alejandro could walk past the finish line, Katie, Sadie, Justin, Sierra, and Cody run, still scared from the trap actionated earlier. So Cody, Sierra, Justin, Katie, Sadie, and Bridget are part of Team 2. Chris tells Alejandro that if it's for of any constellation, he gets Ezekiel, Eva, Noah, Trent, and Tyler. Alejandro tries to stay optimistic, but later on he ends up cursing his teammates in a confessional. Team 1 is Team Victory because, put Lindsay apart, they all made the Final Four at least. Team 2 is Team Amazon, and Team 3 is Team Chris. I have to mention that now that Team Chris got formed as the last team, they get the camel, and Team Amazon gets the goat. Episode 2, Walk Like an Egyptian, Part 2. Team Victory tries to arrive at the Nile River while carrying a stick, and at some point, Beth falls. She's very thirsty. Gwen asks, what do we do now? Courtney looks around and then says, we've been running around in circle for the whole time. Heather mocks her teammates. Team Victory sits on the sand. Heather does the CIT joke to Courtney, and while Lindsay plays with the stick, Owen, desperate, takes it from her hand and eats it, revealing the Y-shaped stick that brings Team Victory to the river. On Team Chris, while the 6 of them are riding the camel, Tyler tells Alejandro, hey man, stop flirting with Lindsay, she's my girlfriend. As long as you vote with me, it's a deal. For the rest of the time, Noah keeps making sarcastic jokes, Zeke complains about the heat, Eva says that if they keep going like this, they're never going to win the challenge, and Trent says that they're probably going to die here, until the camel eventually finds the Nile River. On Team Amazon, Sierra keeps sticking with Cody. Katie and Sadie complain about the heat, and in an attempt to lead the goat, Justin actually provokes it, and the goat started chasing Justin until it actually hurts him. And somehow Bridget comes down the goat until they find the Nile River. when it's about to crafting the boats, obviously Team Amazon will have the best one since Sarah's skills will help. Team Victory builds a decent boat because Courtney's instruction as a CIT will help. And the Team Chris will create the worst boat among the three teams because even if Noah could help with instructions, none of them is actually able to make a great boat besides Alejandro, I think. Anyway, even if Team Chris comes in last place, Team Amazon in first place, and Team Victory in second place, it's a non-elimination because in this timeline, no one loses their reward. Episode 2, we start in the second class where on Team Chris, Trent still moans Gwen and Noah tells him to just get over it already. While Ezekiel is still sad of getting last place in last challenge, and Tyler is just happy that he's there with Lindsay, who still forgets his name. Lindsay wanted to spend some time with Tyler, so Bethel gave her some space with him and went socializing with Owen. Courtney and Gwen were socializing as well, commenting how Alejandro was flirting with Heather. Indeed, Alejandro was in front of them, approaching Heather, saying that today she looked so beautiful, but Heather didn't drink that. She tells him to back off. Frustrated, Heather tells Alejandro that no one will ever get on their way to her heart, but Alejandro tells her that he's already there. Heather looks very frustrated, she blushes, and she walks away. The rest of Team Victory plus Noah laughs and makes comment about the scene. Then, like in canon, the plane breaks and everyone falls out the plane, and just to fall in a big bowl of rice. Then Chris explains the first part of the challenge. They have to participate in a Japanese game show where they have to enter in a bowl with a panda, and they have to do the flipper. Alejandro offers himself for the Team Chris, and when Chris throws him a panda, the panda already shows an attachment to the guy. After Gwen, Courtney, and Heather argue on who should represent the Team Victory, Beth steps out and says that she will be going for her team, as she was very good at last season's episode that involved animals. On Team Amazon, Justin, Katie, Sadie, and Bridget refuse to be in a bowl with an aggressive panda, so Cody offers. And Chris then says that his animal is going to be Sierra. During the flipper, Alejandro totally charms the panda, who leads him to getting many points. Then Beth, even if she struggles with an aggressive panda, she manages to make a lot of points too. And Cody totally can't bear with Sierra. On Team Chris, Noah observes Alejandro's moves, then goes to Ivan and Zeke. So what about the new guy? What do you mean? The Justin ripoff? Alejandro, his charming skills are dangerous for the game. We need to make an alliance to take him down. And why should we work with you? Cause we're the biggest outcasts here. Even Justin, who's getting overshadowed and unpopularized, because of the new guy still has Katie and TD by his side, and we have no one but each other. We must work together. Count on me. If it's for the game's sake, I'm here too. And when the first part of the challenge ends, Sierra and Cody have made most of the points, Alejandro in second place, and Beth in last place. At the second part of the challenge, the players have to make the commercial for the candy, and Team Amazon still makes the exploding candies commercial, like in canon, since Sierra would know that Chef loves exploding stuff, and this will get them the first place in first class and immunity. On Team Chris, Alejandro will still have the monster idea, with Ezekiel playing as the monster. Anyway, the acting sucks very much because of Noah's sarcasm, even Ezekiel's poor experience in acting, Trent being Trent and Tyler being clumsy as hell. It doesn't turn out as a great project. Meanwhile, on Team Victory, since they made the last place in the last part of today's challenge, they have the last access to the stuff in the storage. And so Gwen, Courtney, and Heather argue on what they should do, and they end up doing nothing. Anyway, Beth decides to take the lead and orders Owen to take some paint and Lindsay to take some costumes they found nearby. When the time is over, everyone is back to the plane to see how well did every team do. To start off with Team Amazon, they showed their cannon spot, and they easily win first place. Then there's Team Chris, who shows their canon commercial, and the acting sucks. Anyway, Courtney is about to tell Chris that they didn't do anything for the challenge, but then Lindsay, Beth, and Owen break inside the room, telling that they just didn't find a great name for this spot. Team Victory's spot opens with Owen, Beth, and Lindsay at a dining room, and they're drinking tea. After that, Owen says that he's hungry. Then Lindsay picks up the snack they have to commercialize, and then Beth says to try this. Owen eats the candy, and he says that it's so tasty. Then Beth continues saying that even the viewers should try that candy too, and then it follows a brief description of all the collateral negative effects of the candy, and the spot closes. And this is enough to guarantee Team Victory the second place. Team Chris will be seen at elimination. At economy class, Alejandro approaches Noah, Eva, and Ezekiel. Me and Tyler are voting Trent. He's the only one in this team that has made at least once the merge. What do you say? We'll let you know. So, what do you say? Do we vote Trent as well? Didn't we want to vote off Alejandro? But what if he wanted to play us? Maybe Zeke isn't that wrong. In the worst case scenario, any of us can beat Trent in a tiebreaker, right? At the elimination, Chris tells the players that if they get peanut barf, they're safe. And the players that are safe tonight are Tyler, Eva, Noah, Alejandro.
The last bag of peanuts goes to...
Ezekiel. Trent, it's time for you to go. What did I do to you? Why did you vote me before Ezekiel? You know what? It's actually so funny that you think you've done something to deserve the elimination, because you did nothing to help the team but mourn a girl that doesn't even want you anymore. Really? That is none of your business. And don't forget the parachute, you're not going to land in the same bowl of rice as today. After Team Chris walks out from the elimination area, Heather mocks Alejandro for surviving the first elimination as the new guy, and for getting all the losers to vote the only competent player. Alejandro instead holds Heather's hand and tells her that she must be so obsessed with him for staying awake just to tell him this. You know, at some point I was actually scared that Noah would have decided to gun at me instead, but I'm glad my charm worked on him. Episode 3, Team Amazon is enjoying first class. Meanwhile, at economy class, Team Victory is speculating about Heather crush on Alejandro. Indeed, on Team Chris, Heather is sitting next to Alejandro, and Alejandro is having a romantic approach to her. Noah watches it, is almost disgusted. He thinks they should just kiss already. Their next challenge is in a Yukon. Players have to go through a lot of icebergs, and the first player of each team who arrives has to pull the sleigh and to the finish line, and the other players have to wait to be picked up at the checkpoints. Team Victory has the lead. Team Amazon is following them, and Team Chris is last with only Alejandro doing actually some progress. Gwen jumps on iceberg that cracks. Cody comes back immediately to rescue Gwen, but a bear comes to him. Before something could happen to Cody, Sierra throws at the bear an ice cube. At some point, Ezekiel flips on the iceberg. Eva is there to rescue Ezekiel. She takes him by his hand, and she takes him to a new iceberg that hasn't broken yet. Eva saved me. I didn't know women could be so strong. My parents were so wrong when they told me back at home that women are weak. Alejandro is following Heather, and for a moment Heather sleeps, but Alejandro doesn't time to catch her. But the two of them eventually fall down and kiss. Tell me immediately the plan you're up to. Plan? What plan? The kiss was just part of the future I want to build up with you, mi amor. Maybe I'm starting to like the new guy, but not that I'm lowering my guards, huh? Courtney is the first to arrive at the sleigh, followed by Lindsay and Beth. When Courtney sees the two girls, she tries to give the task of pulling the sleigh to them, but Chris reminds her that she was the first to arrive, so she gets to pull the sleigh. Courtney complains, but Lindsay and Beth are already on the sleigh, and Beth started whipping Courtney. I'm not actually like this, but have you seen Courtney last season? She treated everyone horribly. How could she not have seen it coming? Tyler is the first to arrive from his team, and he decides to pull the second bestest leg. Cody and Sierra are the first ones to arrive. Team Chris has the lead, followed by Team Amazon, followed by Team Victory. At the first checkpoint, Tyler catches Noah. At the second checkpoint, Tyler catches Eva and Sierra catches Bridget. Justin, Alejandro and Heather are waiting at the third checkpoint. Justin wonders how can Alejandro deal with Heather. Alejandro even convinces Heather to kiss him, and when they do, Heather gets stuck to the pole. Justin is horrified. Not even him back to 1 year ago could have done that in action. Anyway, Team Amazon and Team Chris's legs have arrived, and Justin and Alejandro catch up. And at the last checkpoint, they even catch up with the Kitty and Sadie for Team Amazon and Ezekiel with the Team Chris. And in a race between Team Chris and Team Victory takes the first place, while Team Chris takes second place. And even if Team Victory has to face elimination, they still take much pleasure into mocking at her with the song. Welcome Team Victory at tonight's elimination. If I give you a peanut sack, you are safe. The safe players are Lindsay, Owen, Gwen, Courtney.
The last bag of peanuts goes to...
Beth! Heather, you're eliminated. Get out of here. Heather can't actually do anything, so she limits herself to jump off the plane. Episode 5. Justin is still shocked from what happened in the last challenge, while Katie and Sadie notice and they go for him and they ask what happened. They try to be empathetic. What's wrong, Justin? Tell us. It's about Alejandro. Last challenge, I was with him and Heather at the third checkpoint, and Alejandro and Heather kissed, but just for Heather to get stuck to the pole because of him. Trust me, it's not what it seems to be. Thanks, Justin. Now that we know our next target, you can go home. Wait, can we really afford to eliminate Justin? Don't we need, like, numbers? Don't worry, Katie, we're going to use Cody's hatred towards Sierra at our advantage. Sadie, good, you're so smart, Queen. Hey, maybe I didn't lose my charm after all. On Team Victory, everyone's generally relieved that Heather is gone for good. On Team Chris, Eva is actually mad that she didn't win first place, but Noah told her to look at the bright side, and she's playing way better than the first time she did. She's won one challenge, or two, one, and she's in a majority alliance now. In the first part of the challenge, the climbing order is for Team Amazon, Bridget, Sadie, Katie, Justin, Cody, and Sierra. For Team Victory, Courtney, Gwen, Beth, and Lindsay, and Owen. And for Team Chris, Eva, Tyler, Alejandro, Noah, and Ezekiel. For Team Chris, Eva goes to take the carriage. For Team Victory, Courtney goes taking the carriage. Team Amazon, Sierra goes to take the carriage. Team Victory has the lead, followed by Team Amazon. When Sadie actually hits the boat, unfortunately, Bridget falls down. When Team Chris arrives, Alejandro notices Bridget in the water. Senorita, what happened to you? I must have fallen down the boat while my team turned it on. Well, you're coming with us now. As the three teams arrive at the destination, Chris explains that as Team Victory came in first, they take the shortest path. Team Amazon came in second, so they take the second longest path. And as Team Chris arrived in last place, they take the longest way. Wait, we lost Bridget. Here you go, she just fell down the boat. Next time, pay attention to this little ray of sunshine. Often glares. So for the diving part, Sarah goes, Tyler goes, and Courtney goes. And in a final race between the three teams, Team Victory comes in first place, followed by Team Chris, and in the end, Team Amazon. Anyway, who cares? This is a non-elimination round. The rewards for Team Victory are candies, apple, and a meat grinder. Courtney asks, what do they do with the meat grinder? And Lindsay takes it, and it slips out of her hands and falls out of the plane. Episode 6, it's the aftermath, and Blaine and Jeff host it, and the only players that are there are Heather and Trent. Duncan is still missing, and Heather thinks about getting played by the new guy and hating Alejandro, and Trent thinks about moving on from past relationships. Anyway, they also explore the fact that Bridget might be feeling something for Alejandro. Episode 7, Loser Class. Alejandro is getting very close with Bridget. Do you see it, girls? First Alejandro flirted with Heather, and now it's Bridget. Before the challenge, Lindsay remembers Tyler's name, and that's it. Now, in Team Chris, there's Alejandro who's shoving the meat, Tyler who's working at the meat grinder, then Noah, Ivan, and Ezekiel are holding the thing for putting the meat and the sausage. On Team Amazon, Bridget and Justin are shoving the meat in the grinder while Katie and Sadie are working with the meat grinder, and Sierra is making Cody's touch with the raw meat, and Cody's trying to make Sierra focus on the game. In the end, they can't make a proper sausage. And on Team Victory, while the girls are doing the work, Owen is just eating the raw meat. In the end, he becomes the sausage they have to ride in the second part of the challenge, which Chris allows. In the sliding part, Team Victory dooms it, riding Owen. Then we have Team Amazon, who is led by Bridget, even if she's a bit nervous, and Justin almost loses the balance and falls out the sausage. Then Team Chris comes last, with Noah almost falling out the sausage, and Alejandro catching him by the hand. Anytime soon, my former teammate. Was he flirting with me? I mean, I know he'd do anything for staying in the game, and he's pretty messed up in my team, but that catch felt very strong and passionate. I don't know. The players who compete in the slap dance are Beth, Courtney, and Owen for Team Victory, Cody, Sierra, and Justin for Team Amazon, and even Alejandro for Team Chris. Team Chris only has two contestants just because they've been last at the previous part of the challenge. Beth immediately knocks out Justin off the platform, then Eva slaps off Owen, then Sierra slaps off Courtney, and Cody is the last one out from round 1. Round 2, Sierra versus Alejandro and Beth versus Eva. Eva knocks off Beth, and then Sierra knocks off Alejandro. Now that Team Victory actually lost the challenge and has to face elimination, it's a fight between the Sierra and the Eva for the first and second place. In this clash between the two powerhouses, Sarah wins because she has German grandparents who taught her the slap dance since she was little, and so Team Victory loses. Team Chris comes in second place, and Team Amazon wins immunity and first class. Before the elimination ceremony, the Team Victory is debating whether voting off or not Courtney. Courtney excuses herself that actually she's been a great leader and that Owen should be eliminated for flopping the challenge. Lindsay and Beth don't even wanna hear a word about saving Courtney from getting eliminated, so they walk away. Courtney reaches out for Beth and Lindsay. Lindsay, Beth, okay, you hate me. I'm sorry. I know I've been bossy and I did a lot of bad things. I treated you horribly 1 year ago in last season, but I swear I can change. I can be a better person. If you don't vote me off, I swear I'll change. I'll be better. I will be less of a leader and more of a friend. Deal? We'll let you know at elimination. So, do we have faith in Courtney, or we're going to get her eliminated anyway? I mean, we could give her a chance. She's not a monster like Heather after all. Welcome Team Victory at your second elimination in a row. If I give you a peanut bag, you're safe. Gwen, Beth, Lindsay,
The last bag of peanuts goes to.
Courtney. Owen, your time here is done. Oh, really? Are you going to drop me like that? Never mind, guys. Have fun. Episode 8 starts with the first class where Katie, Sadie, and Sarah are socializing, and Katie and Sadie are trying to understand the dynamic between Sarah and Cody. Meanwhile, Justin would want Bridget to understand that Alejandro is just playing her, but his ego is having worse problems right now. Katie and Sadie have been ignoring me since last challenge. What should I do? You know, Justin, you should straight up go to them and ask them what's wrong. Do it, before it's too late. Right after that, Courtney falls down from a vent. Oh, who do we have here? Courtney. I thought they would have voted you off at last elimination. Exactly, Bridget. I'm here because I want to borrow some food to give my team. Because in exchange of my safety at elimination, I promised I would have become a better friend. So, is cookies that you want? Here you go, Courtney. Thank you, Cody. I just hope Sarah didn't pay much attention to me. Or she get very jealous. Who Courtney thinks to be for asking my Cody King for cookies? Before approaching Beth and Lindsay and Gwen, Courtney fakes a smile, then thinks about what would they want to hear from her. Then she comes and says, "Hey girls, I brought you food. What do they say? Another day, another sleigh." Meanwhile, at Team Chris, Noah wakes up on Alejandro's laps. Noah, scared, jumps off the bench. Why were I sleeping on your laps in first place, Alejandro? Oh, I don't know. Maybe you didn't wear the safety belt, but I'm still glad it happened. Look, I'm not mad at Alejandro for flirting with Noah, but wasn't he getting very close with Bridget last time she was in the last class? And wasn't he getting also very close with that in the around the Yukon challenge? Is he a player? Like, I don't know. I don't like the type of people, but he's still my ally after all, my only ally, unfortunately. In the end, Ezekiel wakes up and finds a rat nearby and decides to shove it into his mouth, eating it as breakfast. Eva makes a remark where she thinks that Ezekiel will be sick if he keeps eating rats and other disgusting animals found in the plane, but Ezekiel says that he's been eating worse at home. Wow, eating rats. Very tough and very disgusting. Duh. So, what do you mean? Why did you two keep ghosting me after last challenge? Because you did so bad last challenge. Like, we'd prefer active guys like Cody. Before the Amazon race starts, Chris really can decide who's giving the with the medicines that Cody uses in canon. So Katie decides to take it. Team Victory comes first at the split route, and Gwen debates if they should pick left or right. I think Lindsay should decide. Me, I have no clue. Anyway, I say left. What's up with Courtney? She will never ever leave the lead to Lindsay. On accent, Tyler would follow Lindsay, so Team Chris goes to the left as well. We should pick left too. Like, if they're wrong and so we're wrong, everyone's wrong. Actually, as the team leader of Team Amazon, we should pick right. Who said you're the team leader? Then Sadie shuts her. Shh. If he's right, he's an hero. But if he fails, we know who we're sending home. Team Victory is the first to arrive at the zipline, but they have no idea of how these four are going exactly to get to the other part of the river. Picks a gum from her pocket, she chews it, then she spits it on her hands, then she holds on the zip line. Hold on tight to me. With my sticky hands, it's impossible for me to fall with such weight on me. Team Chris arrives. They notice the thing of the zip line is missing. Tyler still has his attempt to remind the name of the zip line, and he fails, but it's actually more iconic in Italian, like il coso a cui ci si appende. So Alejandro takes off his belt and he invites Noah to hold on him and get on the other side of the river. Do I have any other safe choices? Then Tyler still uses his pants as zip lines, while Eva still does the same thing as he did to Noah. So Eva puts Zeke in her bag and she uses something as a zip line. On the right path, Team Amazon is going on the wrong side. Anyway, Katie and Sadie are questioning their strategy choice, but if they're going to be alive, they know Justin is getting eliminated. Unfortunately, Team Amazon still gets captured by the Zing Zing and the indigenous reveal that they have a statue of Justin and they praise it like a god, so they decided to release Justin. And actually, instead of Thinking about taking his team to the win, he lets his ego have the better of him and he just sits on the throne and demands to be praised. Meanwhile, the day later, Team Amazon and Team Chris arrive at Machu Picchu and they both find the artifacts they had to originally find, earning first place for Team Victory and second place for Team Chris. Meanwhile, for Team Amazon, unfortunately, Justin discovers that the Zing Zing were just actors. He immediately realizes that he's cooked. Back to the plane before the elimination, Team Amazon discusses the vote. The obvious target is Justin, and Sarah agrees on voting with Katie, Sadie, and Bridget, as long they won't get any more close to Cody. Meanwhile, Cody and Justin make an alliance just to vote off Sierra, and Cody even tries to convince Bridget, Katie, and Sadie, but he fails. At the elimination, Chris reveals the votes, who voted for who. Everybody complains. I vote Justin. He lost us the challenge after all. I vote Justin, and with this I'm part of the first alliance I'm in. I vote for Sierra. I hope my effort as team leader is going to be appreciated. We're voting Justin after days spent faking attraction to him, and after almost killing our team, it's worth it. He's finally going home. I vote for Sierra. I really can't bear with her harassment anymore. Sierra is shocked that the love of her life voted to eliminate her. Meanwhile, the others are more surprised at Katie and Sadie actually be scheming something. Oh, Justin, what happened to your charming skills? Anyway, who cares? Really? Making me think you felt something for me, but it was just fake? Not cool. Yeah, like if that wasn't your strategy time ago. Ashamed, Justin jumped off the plane. Episode 9. In a loser's class, Katie and Sadie are trying to not laugh at their team falling apart, as now they're literally ruling it. Meanwhile, on Team Chris, Bridget is getting along with Alejandro as he's flirting with her, and Bridget exposes Katie and Sadie and what they said at the last elimination, and the way that they managed to eliminate Justin. I see I've underestimated some of the original cast. I think I have to do something about it. Now that Bridget exposed us to Alejandro, I think we should throw the challenge and maybe we should eliminate either Bridget or Sierra. I mean, now that she's crying over Cody, she's no more useful. Meanwhile, Team Victory is chilling in first class, and Lindsay asks Courtney if she ever could invite Tyler in first class, and Courtney agrees. Actually, nothing really interesting happens in the challenge. Like in Team Amazon, Katie and Sadie don't participate at all at the challenge, while Sierra keeps crying, Cody doesn't even want to apologize, and him and Bridget are just not enough against the other teams. Meanwhile, on Team Chris, Alejandro does romantic remarks on Noah's intelligence. Even Zeke are just being useful, and Tyler is just being useful as well. And in the end, Courtney gives Lindsay and Beth the entire control of the team, and they end up messing everything, resulting in Team Victory getting second place, Team Chris getting first place, and Team Amazon losing the challenge. Before the elimination, Bridget demands Katie and Sadie why they didn't do anything in the challenge, and they explain that they did it on purpose so they could eliminate Sierra, as she would have been useless in the next challenges, and nothing. And, Bridget agrees on voting Sierra tonight. Welcome, Team Amazon, to your second elimination. If I give you a bag of peanuts, you're safe. Katie, Sadie, Cody,
The last bag of peanuts goes to.
Bridget. Sarah, you're out of here. And as Sarah walks away to the drop of shame, she asks herself, why? Where did she go wrong? So, episode 10, in Luthor's class, Cody is very relieved that Sarah is gone. Anyway, Kitty and Sadie don't lose time on telling him that he's in debt with them, and next time they'll go to the elimination, he'll vote whoever they say. On Team Victory, Beth has something to tell to Courtney. Courtney, you should understand that me and Lindsay never wanted the lead of the team. That's your role, and you're great at it. What we asked from you is to treat us less badly. That's why so many people here hate you. Meanwhile, Team Chris is in first class for the first time. Zeke wanders around, asking himself if this is what being a winner feels like. Then Eve asks if Ezekiel has ever won something in his life. He says no. So the three teams get out of the plane and then they get on the boats. So as here, Team Victory has more players. No. Team Victory won't have the advantage they had in Canon. Anyway, on Team Victory, Courtney and Gwen see a rock that resembles Duncan, and they stop to reach the rock. So, for the second part of the challenge, on Team Amazon, Cozy drinks the apple cider vinegar. Meanwhile, on Team Chris, Eva and Ezekiel do. Eva and Ezekiel make it first. For the second trial, Katie and Sadie and Alenoah have to decipher the saying, which Alejandro and Noah do it first. The last trial, Tyler has to kiss the fish, and so does Bridget. In Team Chris, Alejandro tells Tyler to kiss the fish, thinking about Lindsay, while Katie suggests Bridget to think about Jeff when she kisses the fish. And Team Chris makes the first place. Meanwhile, Team Amazon makes second place, and Team Victory loses it. Before the elimination, Courtney has a strategy in mind. She shares it with her teammates. Look, we should force a tie between Beth and Gwen. Because if I vote Gwen alongside Beth and Lindsay, I'm doomed at the next elimination. If me or Lindsay go in a tiebreaker, I win and Lindsay will obviously lose. So, Gwen and Beth, which are the most average in terms of skills teammates, they should be in a tiebreaker. So, They both have a 50-50 percentage of getting eliminated, and so they're a mutual ally. Team Victory, welcome at your third elimination. You know the deal. If I give you a peanut bag, you're safe. Lindsay, Courtney,
The last bag of peanuts goes to.
getting eliminated. Right, there's no way I'd vote for Beth. As the leader of Team Victory, I demand a revote right now. Unfortunately, Chris cares too less to do a revote, so Beth has to go. But not before Lindsay comes, hugs her, and gives her a proper goodbye. Later on, it's shown footage where Lindsay mistakes Courtney's passport for Beth's, and so that's why Beth got eliminated. But no one knows, and no one will ever know. Episode 11. In Loser class, in Team Victory, Lindsay is devastated by Beth's elimination. She doesn't even know how did she go home without a tiebreaker. But still, Courtney and Gwen are trying to comfort Lindsay. Look, as the leader of Team Victory, it's my concern to make sure the morale of the team stays high. We can't afford to lose another challenge and so another member. Meanwhile, on Team Amazon, Bridget admits that she misses Alejandro. Cody asks if she's still with Jeff, and she says yes, but she realizes that he hasn't treated Bridget correctly, as she says. It's so obvious that Bridget wants to leave Jeff for Alejandro that if we could bet on it, we'd be richer than if we ever won this show. In first class, on Team Quiz, Alejandro is flirting with Noah. Tyler just there, wondering about how Lindsay's doing, and Zeke and Diva are actually having a friendly conversation. You know, I may give in to a flirt. Not that I actually have feelings towards him, but he wants to play me and I know it. So I'm trying to make him think that he's right. And so next time we lose, I already have the votes to get him out. It's just that no one has shown me a single trait of attraction like Alejandro did. The plane still crashes, and what had changed is that actually Cody gets hurt and Eva falls off the plane and gets hurt, and so does Zeke in an attempt to save her. Then Chris says that they leave Jamaica within 38 hours or something, and Lindsay tries to stay positive, especially because there's still Tyler, but she's clearly not okay. So for the diving part of the challenge, Bridget goes first, Gwen goes first, and Tyler goes first. So Tyler can't actually see well underwater, so he keeps getting random stuff from the lagoon, and he keeps retrying without passing the turn to either Alejandro or Noah, while Bridget is taking a while, like she's very distracted thinking about Alejandro, while Gwen didn't find anything, so she passed the turn to Courtney. Courtney can't actually find anything as well, so she passes the turn to Lindsay and she confides in her, Meanwhile, after Tyler got so many things wrong in the diving part, Alejandro gets sick and Noah makes a lot of sarcastic comments about him, and Alejandro genuinely laugh about it. But still, Alejandro decides to take the turn himself and stops Tyler. Alejandro gets the treasure, and Lindsay, not wanting to cause the defeat of the team victory, she clumsily steals the treasure from Alejandro, but actually she's very stealth while doing it. And after the first part of the challenge ends, they get to know that Cody, Eve, and Ezekiel are healed. They can compete again. And nothing. I don't know who will sing about what, but probably either Lindsay, Missing Bash, Bridget, or Bridget liking either Alejandro and Jeff. And I don't know. In the second part of the challenge, the first to go are Lindsay and Courtney. They score 44. Then we have Noah and Alejandro who score 46. In the end, we have Katie and Sadie who score 42. Then on second round we have Zeke and Eva who score 44, Gwen and Courtney who score 43, and Bridget and Cody who score 45. Bridget seems very nervous as soon Alejandro places his hand on her shoulder and he tells her that she can win this. In the last round, Lindsay and Gwen scored 39 points, earning team victory, immunity, and first class. Then Team Chris, Alejandro, and Tyler score 40 points, but not before Alejandro breaks the road. And when Tyler asks him what he's doing, he says that he's just stopping Bridget for. Welcome, Team Amazon, to your third elimination. You know it. If I give you a peanut bag, you're safe. And the passengers safe are Cody, Sadie,
The last bag of peanuts goes to.
and now, without all the teammates that put at risk our chances to winning, it's just a matter of time that Alejandro will go home. So, Aftermath 2, Owen, Justin, Sierra, Beth, and Bridget are at the Aftermath. They've been asked how they feel about their elimination. Owen didn't see it coming. Justin was humiliated. He. Well. Sierra is just mad at herself and Cody, and she's still not over it. Beth has seen the tape where Lindsay mistakenly voted her, and she's not mad. Meanwhile, Bridget admits she's let Alejandro's flirt get the best of her. Episode 13, we have everyone in Lucius class. Lindsay is getting used to have other friends around besides Beth, and now that she's with Tyler, she's not that sad. Meanwhile, Gwen is chilling, uh, Courtney is complaining because they should have been in first class, and even Zeke are actually becoming great friends. Meanwhile, Alejandro is evidently flirting with Noah. On the other side of the plane, Kitty and Sadie are gossiping. Meanwhile, Cody is sitting alone and uncomfortable. He knows that if Team Amazon loses a single challenge, he's gone. Knowing that Chris is using first class for preparing the challenge, Alejandro stands up and goes in first class to take a pic of what is of the challenge. So when all the players get on the bus, Chris explains the challenge, and at some point, Noah wonders where's Alejandro, and Chris explains that as he took a pic of what the challenge was going to be about, uh, he got removed. He got temporarily removed from the challenge. For the first part of the challenge, players have to take hints from the guards, and on Team Amazon, Cody must do it because otherwise he's cooked. On Team Chris, Noah, Eva, and Ezekiel decide that Tyler should do it. Meanwhile, on Team Victory, Courtney and Gwen succeed into tricking Lindsay into thinking that the guard is Tyler. So, the first team to arrive is Team Victory, who decides to make Lindsay stretch on the torture table. I don't know. Anyway, the first team to arrive at the second part, they take the hint and then they proceed. Anyway, Courtney and Gwen, before going to the next room, they wait Lindsay to recover herself. Team Amazon is the second team to arrive, and Cody volunteers to get stretched. And after Katie and Sadie get a hint, they leave Cody. The last team to arrive is Team Chris, where Tyler decides to stretch himself, and after Eva, Zeke, and Noah get the hint, they leave Tyler. At some point, Zeke reminds Eva and Noah about Tyler, and when they get back to the torture room, Tyler is gone. So, at the dining room, Team Victory arrives first, and they search in the jewelry case while bonding about liking gold, I guess. Anyway, they see the dogs, and Gwen does the same move like in canon about using the queen's egg. It reveals to be a new hint. Anyway, Katie and Sadie then arrive in the dining room, and when they start searching the jewelry case for a hint, the dogs chase them, and the two besties try to escape the dogs and running in circle around the entire room. At some point, the jewelry case falls down, and an egg cracks and it reveals a new hint. Kitty and Sadie succeed into escaping before any dog bites them. In the end, Team Chris arrives with the dogs, giving them death stares, and Ezekiel sacrifices himself, letting the dogs bite him. Meanwhile, Noah searches for a hint, and eventually him and Eva uh, find it, and Ezekiel tells them to go without him, but I don't think. Lindsay, Courtney, and Gwen arrive in a punk club. I don't know. Anyway, they catch who they think it's Jack the Ripper, and they think They've done a good work. Meanwhile, on the bus, Team Chris is the first to arrive, and Noah and Eva have a talk. So, what's between you and Alejandro? I mean, yeah, I let Alejandro flirt with me, but right now my priority is the game, and he has to go. And just like that, a shadow appears from their backs, and then, lights out. When the lights turn on, they disappear. Katie and Sadie are the last ones to arrive to the bus, and they find Jack the Ripper, and Jack the Ripper takes Katie from the wrist, but Sadie punches the Jack the Ripper, and he almost knocks out, but like if it wasn't nothing, the royal dogs come and maul the Ripper. When everyone is back to the plane, Team Amazon and Team Victory reveal who they called. Team Amazon actually brought back the intern that was Jack the Ripper. So Gwen wonders who they caught instead, and it's Duncan. And since Team Amazon actually completed the challenge and Team Victory brought back Duncan, Team Amazon goes in first class. Team Victory gets the second place, and Duncan joins their team. Meanwhile, Team Chris will have to face elimination. Alejandro realizes that he's cooked, so before the elimination, he wants to meet Noah in the storage for a last and desperate attempt to flirt with him and get his vote. Noah, I have something to tell you. Can we honestly date? You're so beautiful. You always make me laugh. You always make me smile. You literally make me want to become a better person. I really enjoy every moment we spend together. My time has no value unless it's spent with you. I tell every one of my friends how awesome you are. Thank you for being you. Whenever you want someone to be there for you, know that I'll be right there by your side. I love you so much. I don't think you even realize how amazing you are sometimes. I love you, Noah. Dang. Anyway, I don't know. I didn't really know how to write a decent love confession. So I just searched some Alenoah on Pinterest and found this. So credits to whoever published this on Pinterest. You really helped me. And so on with the story. After Alejandro's love confession, he kisses Noah, and Noah almost leans back for a kiss, but they have an elimination to attend. I did not expect that from Alejandro, but I'm still voting him off along Zeke and Diva. The things I do for money, huh? I hope at least it's going to be worth it. And with the 3 against 2 votes, Alejandro is eliminated. Oh, come on, Noah. I thought you liked the kiss and the confession. How could you vote me off? Ale, we're competing for money, not love. I have to put my head in the game now. And if you don't lose all the hope, I can even give you a chance after the game. And so, I'll wait for your call. You can even drop the act, you know. You've been eliminated now. You're smarter than I thought. Alejandro should have seen this coming. He made himself a threat since episode 3. And not to mention that his fate has been sealed since he decided to eliminate Trent. Yeah, I almost forgot that Duncan and Gwen still kiss in the confessional, and Tyler sees everything. Episode 14, Team Victory and Team Chris are in the losers class, and while Courtney is happy that Duncan is back in the game, Courtney fears that Gwen may like him as well. Gwen indeed feels guilty for kissing Duncan, and Tyler saw everything. Indeed, Tyler confides in Lindsay into his secret, and Lindsay tells him that the best way to pull the weight of his chest is to expose Duncan. Not that the both of them like him after all. But Tyler worries that this is going to mess up Lindsay's new friendship with Courtney and Gwen. When Chris announces that the next challenge is going to be in Greece, Katie and Sadie are ecstatic. I don't know how to spell. Vabbè. Noah makes a remark and a reference about a Greek myth where Aphrodite cheated on a Greek god with Apollo. Meanwhile, Gwen is staring at Duncan. Courtney catches Gwen and tells her why was she staring at Duncan. And Lindsay comes in Gwen's defense, telling that maybe Courtney is just being paranoid that now that Duncan is back, someone might steal him. And Tyler feels even more guilty, and Lindsay tells to chill, and that friendship mustn't be ruined by such stupid things. So, during the first part of the challenge, taking a medal from the neck of a bear, Duncan, Tyler, and Katie volunteer, and they have to sing, and Tyler thinks about knowing what Duncan and Gwen did, and Duncan thinks about threatening Tyler to not reveal his secret or else, and Katie thinks about this drama being like a Greek myth. At the end of the song, Katie manages to get a medal. For the pancreation fight, Cody, Eva, and Courtney volunteer. Meanwhile, Katie and Sadie gossip about hearing from the song that Tyler knows something about Duncan did, and in the end, Eva wins for Team Chris. For the obstacle course, Sadie, Noah, and Gwen go, and Gwen wins a medal, which means that a tiebreaker between the three teams will occur. For the tiebreaker, Cody, Lindsay, and Noah volunteer. Meanwhile, Katie tells Courtney that in the first part of the challenge, she heard something that Tyler knows about Duncan, and so Courtney goes asking Tyler what happened, and Duncan, assuming that Tyler already told Courtney about the kiss between him and Gwen, he accidentally exposes himself. Tyler, how could you tell Courtney that I kissed Gwen in the confessional? You did what, Duncan? And meanwhile, Courtney was trying to hurt Gwen for kissing Duncan. Lindsay got distracted and so she fell down. And Cody managed to grab first the medal, and Ezekiel managed to grab it as second, meaning Team Amazon wins first place, Team Chris wins second place, and Team Victory will have to face elimination. So, girls, who's the vote? Duncan? I can vote you off if you ask. Well, I am voting off the cheater near me. Duncan and Gwen walk away. Lindsay is alone with Courtney. And Lindsay tells her, "We need to vote Duncan tonight. He's the one that ruined your friendship with Gwen." Lindsay, even if we both manage to take out Duncan, I still can't live with Gwen in my city, in my same team, and in my same plane. I really can't look at her face anymore. Hope you understand. Team Victory, welcome at elimination. You sure did get in the drama today. And so I read the votes. 1 vote Duncan, 1 vote Courtney, 1 vote Gwen, and the person going on tonight is Courtney. Oh, come on. I won't even spend time scolding you all because it would be such a waste of time. And I still don't get how I am here right now saying this, but really, Lindsay, you're the only decent member of this team left. So, episode 15. In Lucius class, the players are actually very quiet. And besides Lindsay and Tyler, because Lindsay is telling Tyler how much it sucks that she loses a friend, she gains another one or other two, and then Duncan ruins her friendship with the both of them. Meanwhile, on the other side of the losers class, there are Duncan and Gwen. Though Gwen has a very guilty look on her face. How could have I let myself go? Now I'm no more friend with the Courtney, and probably Lindsay hates me. And the worst of all is that I don't even like Duncan. It's just so, on Area 51, Tyler gets used as a shield for protecting Team Chris from the lasers, and so does Cody for Team Amazon. Meanwhile, Duncan still has the idea of throwing rocks from one side and then running on the other one. And I have to mention that Lindsay sings Boyfriend Kisser, and this time she mainly speaks about Duncan kissing Gwen and so ruining her friendship with Gwen and Courtney. Team Amazon is the first to find an artifact, the Portal one, and while Team Victory is running to find an artifact as well, Lindsay purposely pushes off the portal, breaking it. She needs to win. Meanwhile, Team Chris stands in front of a cubic thing, I don't know, and Eva complains about how can't an artifact fall from the sky, and so she punches the thing, and two artifacts fall down. Tyler thinks about bringing the second one to Lindsay. Unfortunately, the boxes with the two artifacts get broken, and so the aliens come out and get at Noah and Ezekiel faces. And so, to free Ezekiel, Eva has to punch the alien, killing him. Anyway, Tyler gets mad at Eva because now they can have only the artifacts for themselves and he can't give the second one to Lindsay. And while Tyler is trying to get the alien off Noah's face, Team Amazon rise, and Katie asks if she can do anything about Team Chris's problem, and so she punches Noah's face, and so the alien disattaches Noah's Noah's face, and Sadie immediately drops it in a box. Cody apologizes, and Team Amazon runs away. Team Chris and Team Victory still haven't found any artifact, and meanwhile, each team are searching for one. Lindsay and Tyler get distant from their teams and go searching for something together. Eventually, they find two artifacts and uh, they bring them back to their teams. As Team Amazon is already halfway through the plane, Duncan decides to throw the artifact to them as long and dumb. But Team Victory's artifact breaks, and so they technically lose the challenge. So, Team Victory comes in second place. In first place, Team Chris in second, and Team Victory loses. Before the elimination, Duncan is minding his own business, and so Gwen comes to Lindsay for asking her a favor. Look, Lindsay, I know we may not be on the best terms right now, but I need a favor from you. Could you please vote me off tonight? I want to quit. I can't stay here anymore. I'm feeling very guilty for kissing Duncan and ending my friendship with you and Courtney. I hope you understand. Team Victory, you're thinking. Welcome at tonight's elimination. If I give you a peanut bag, you're safe. Duncan.
The last bag of peanuts goes to...
So, episode 16. It's in a neutral class. Lindsay is very tight with Tyler, mainly because she's left alone with Duncan, and Duncan surely wants to do something to her, and not good things. And indeed, he's just giving that stares at Lindsay, and so Tyler hugs her and also gives that stars to Duncan. Ezekiel misses first class, and so Eva pumps him up, telling him that with the right effort they can go back to the first class, and Noah is just minding his own business. There's nothing much to say on first class, but Katie and Sadie are teasing Cody to focusing on the challenge, because either way, if they lose, he's out. So on the first part of the challenge in Australia, there's the emus race, and Lindsay and Duncan take the lead, as Lindsay is very determined to win the challenge, as she doesn't want to face a tiebreaker against Duncan, as she knows that she'd lose. And Cody tricks Duncan, and he's losing down, while Katie and Sadie take the lead because Lindsay just stopped focusing. And on Team Chris, Tyler, Noah, Eva, and Zeke are just on the. So they take the lead. Lindsay is the first to arrive at the second part of the challenge, while obviously Tyler and so the whole team Chris is following her, and so team Chris has the lead because Duncan is still missing, and so Team Amazon comes actually in second place. On the second part of the challenge, where they have to do bungee jumping and then get their the ships and shave them until they find the one with the Chris logo. Team Chris has the lead, and so Zeke, Eva, Tyler, Noah going turns trying to pick the shapes, but none of them have a logo. Uh, and on Team Amazon, Cody keeps trying to get a ship, but he always fails and never gets one. Katie and Fady debate if they should steal some from the other teams. Meanwhile, Lindsay can't actually participate because Duncan hasn't arrived yet. Eventually, Duncan arrives at the cliff, and so Lindsay immediately goes searching for the ships. Um, anyway, Ezekiel manages to get a ship. Eva shaves the ship, and they find the ship with the Chris logo, and so they win immunity and first class. And meanwhile, Cody gets doesn't get ship but manages to get a dingo, and he throws it at Duncan. And meanwhile, Lindsay manages to get a ship and she shaves it. But when she's about to shave the part where there's the logo, Katie and Sadie steal it and finish the shaving, and uh, Team Amazon wins immunity and second class. So Lindsay and Duncan will have to face a tiebreak. Back on the plane, Lindsay and Duncan are immediately put on a tiebreaker. Tyler is there to support and cheer Lindsay. And so Lindsay is determined, but also very scared of the tiebreaker, which is feeding koalas with eucalypto, but not with their hands, with their mouth. Duncan immediately takes the eucalypto and shoves the koala on the plate, but with his violent mannerism, the koala ends up scratching Duncan. Seeing Duncan's failed attempt, Lindsay is hesitant. She looks back at Tyler, who is supporting her and cheering her, and then she looks back at the koala. She leans in with her face, and the koala sniffs the eucalypto, and the koala eats the whole plate. And so Lindsay wins the tiebreaker, and Duncan is eliminated. Episode 17, Sweet and Sour. Katie, Sadie, Lindsay, and Cody are sitting alone in loser's class, and Katie and Sadie are gossiping about Cody because he didn't focus enough last challenge. And so they're debating whether throwing or not the challenges to vote him off as revenge. Meanwhile, Lindsay is flexing her victory against Duncan and being the last one standing, even if she feels bad deep inside to be the last one standing of her team, and so she's alone. Then Noah arrives in loser's class, telling Lindsay, Lindsay, wanna come in first class? Tyler invited you. Lindsay immediately runs in first class, followed by Noah, and Lindsay hugs Tyler as soon as she sees him. And so Tyler cheers Lindsay for being the last one standing. Girl, now that you're all alone in your team, you must focus, girl. or you're out. You're just a one woman army. I wonder how much she can survive all alone. Don't worry, Noah. Chris is totally going to put Lindsay on Team Amazon to make the things fair and square. In Sweden, during the challenge, Tyler asks Chris if Lindsay could ever be on Team Chris or Team Amazon to make things fair, and Chris simply says no. So Tyler decides uh, to help Lindsay by himself. On Team Chris, even Ezekiel don't have the capacities or the skills to build an actual working boat, they eventually succeed because of Noah's great instructions. Meanwhile, Cody obviously builds Gwen's face, while Lindsay and Tyler keep making out at halfway work. Katie and Sadie, when they realize Cody built Gwen's face, they have to sing, and so they still think we built Gwen's face. And Lindsay and Tyler then realize they haven't completed their work, and so uh, they decide to build a smaller boat rather than Team Chris. And right after Tyler and Lindsay finished Lindsay's boat, the ice below them starts to crack, and so they all get on their boats. Um, Team Amazon takes the lead, and so Lindsay and Tyler and Team Chris tie for second place. Noah keeps telling Tyler from his boat that he shouldn't have helped Lindsay and she should have dealt with her boat alone. And now Team Victory's boat sucks. Anyway, Lindsay and Tyler manage to reach the other side of the lake. I don't know. First, and so Lindsay takes the helmet, followed by Team Amazon, and Cody becomes the leader because Katie and Sadie had the idea of splitting up the helmet in two, and Team Chris comes last, and they make Noah the leader of the second part of the challenge. Since Team Victory has the lead, Katie and Sadie want to take Lindsay and Tyler's boat down so they could try to eliminate Lindsay. Um, so they shoot a cannonball to Team Victory's boat. Meanwhile, Team Chris takes the lead. Saying that, Tyler decides to shoot a cannonball Team Amazon's boat. Team Chris eventually comes to the red flag and takes it, winning first class. Then Team Victory and Team Amazon keep shooting cannonballs at each other until both boats start sinking, and Cody decides to shoot himself to the second red flag. And so he succeeds, which means Team Victory has officially disbanded and Lindsay has got eliminated. As Lindsay has been eliminated, before she jumps off the plane, she shares a kiss with Tyler, she hugs him and tells him to win for her and get ahead in the game. Episode 18. It's the aftermath, and the eliminated players are Alejandro, Courtney, Gwen, Duncan, and Lindsay. Blandly asks many questions to Alejandro about his possible romantic story with Noah, but Alejandro uh, prefers not talking about it. Then Gwen apologizes to Courtney for kissing Duncan, and Duncan doesn't actually care. While Courtney, even if she appreciates the effort, she still decides to not forgive Gwen. While Lindsay is relieved that she is back with Beth again, and she still won't forget her friendship with Courtney and Gwen. Anyway, for the comeback challenge, Alejandro, Courtney, Lindsay, Justin, and Heather participate, but in the end, we know it. Blaney wins the comeback challenge, and so she will debut in the game in the next episode. Episode 19, Niagara Bros. Everyone gets dropped off the plane and on the Niagara Falls, and obviously Eva saves them all. As everyone entered in the casino, Chrissy explains that in the aftermath, comeback challenge has occurred, and the winner is about to sing. Tyler hopes it's Lindsay, Cody hopes it's Gwen, Katie and Sadie just hope it's not any of their previous teammates, and indeed someone who is willing to work with them, and Noah just hopes it's not Alejandro.
It's Blaney!
What? Who? Blainerific is my name. Dishing dirt is my game. Invading your TV with my Blainalicious brain.
My Blainerific, so terrific.
I'm famous.
This is so against the rules. As Christy, we're a bunch of fools.
Rules, this ain't no Sunday school. Miss Thing up there's a ratings jewel.
My Blainerific.
Mama, make me sick.
I'm famous. Get me a half-fat, no foam latte steamed to 102 heat. I'm quite specific.
She's Blainerific.
So horrific.
I'm
Who is that girl again?
What? Who am I? Who are you? I'm the host of the Puppy Bachelorette. I was nominated for a Jemmy Award. I interviewed you for Celebrity Manhunt. It's a fact and scientific that I'm still Blainerific.
She's not so famous. Turns out she's not so famous.
Whatevers. So which one of these lame teams am I on anyway?
You're on your own. Because as of right now, there are no more teams.
Finally, no more teams. Now we have to make a majority alliance with Tyler and Blanley, and so the game is our. Me, dissed by the underdogs, I need to win. It's for the ratings. Chris explains the challenge, and so the four girls have to spin the slot machine to get a boy. Sadie gets Noah. He doesn't complain.
You. Blaney, you're next.
Well, I could do worse. Marrying the audience favorite could be a positive boost for my image.
I'm the audience favorite?
Nothing's as important on TV as your likability index. I've studied everyone's. Now, what's going on with your face?
What is... I washed it yesterday. I think.
We need some makeup on those cheeks. Contour them correctly, and you lose 5 pounds. Makeup. Plateau. Stat. 911? What kind of TV show doesn't have a makeup department? This cast needs to get some gumption. And some agents.
You must have spared me from the fall.
And for the first part of the challenge, where the grooms have to guide their brides, Cody gives wrong leads to Katie because he wants to throw a challenge. Meanwhile, Tyler tries to guide blindly, but Tyler's advices aren't the best, and blindly gets very clumsy. Oh, bro, Blaney's so cool. She remembers me of Lindsay. The blonde hairs, the eyes, the way of dressing. Dang, I miss Lindsay, bro. Cody throwing the challenge, he's totally gone. Not even Ezekiel is really that good at giving advices to Eva, even if she basically runs into everything she walks into with a blindfold. With a blindfold, obviously. And even if Noah gives Sadie great advices, she keeps tripping in the traps and the cake and else. So Zeke and Eva win the first part of the challenge. For the second part of the challenge, where the grooms have to take their bride on their arms and take them on a tightrope to the other side of the Niagara Falls. Even Zeke, since they won the last part of the challenge, they get an advantage, so they have some seconds ahead. Zeke tries to lift Eva, but he can't because he's not that strong. So Eva has to carry Zeke to the other side. Meanwhile, Noah looks down, terrified. So Sadie understands that she has to pick him. And since Cody totally doesn't want to work with Katie, neither Sadie, Katie has to pick him up. And Tyler is the only man who's carrying his female partner, and so Tyler carries Blanley. After even Zeke go, Sadie picks Noah, and she goes on and the two of them go on the tightrope. They're followed by Blanley and Tyler, who after some minutes of convincing, Katie and Cody follow as well. Cody totally wants to throw the challenge, so he swallows between Katie's arms, and the two of them fall down. Then Tyler and Blanley are right behind Sadie and Noah. Blanley tells Sadie to move her ass before Tyler does something, and Tyler looks at her asking, what am I supposed to do? And so, meanwhile, Sadie and Blanley bicker. The tightrope swallows and four of them fall down along Katie and Cody. And meanwhile, Eva and Ezekiel stay strong. They reach the other part of the tightrope, answer the questions. Chris even demands a kiss between the two of them, and they win immunity. Back to the plane, Katie and Sadie try to approach Blanley. Hey Blanley, okay, I'll be serious and I'll just cut to the chase. Me and Katie were wondering if you and Tyler were willing to work with us. You know, you two seem to be on the outs. And with Noah, Eva, and Zeke on with being in a very evident alliance, we should work together, you know. Underdogs. Huh. So, I have to say, you two are really gaining popularity by being the newest villains of this season. So, count me in. Do you want to vote off Noah? Girl, did you even watch the previous episodes? Noah still doesn't suspect about us. Indeed, our target is Cody. He totally wants us gone after we basically forced him to sacrifice himself in every challenge just to not get eliminated. Blandly is about to complain about his choice, but then Cody shows up. Friends, we need to talk. Noah, who's just walked in, heard what Cody said, and Noah is actually very perplexed because Cody just called all of them friends. Like, what? We need to vote off Katie and Sadie tonight. It's our only shot. They are secretive, manipulative, and evil. Dude, are you for real? Maybe you're just paranoid. I'm sure that's just a game that has gotten to your head. Obviously, right after that, Noah went to Ivan Ezekiel, telling them that Cody has totally lost his mind and that he's being paranoid about Kitty and Sadie being villains. And Eva asked if Cody has any proof that what he's saying is true, and Noah uh, replies saying that they're exactly voting him off because Cody has no actual proof. At the elimination, Chris reads the votes. 1 vote Katie, 1 vote Cody, 2 votes Cody, 3 votes vote against Cody. You're out. I've warned you guys. Katie and Sadie aren't the good people they seem. Episode 20, Chinese Fake Out. Blandly immediately makes her alliance with the chef, so she can feel more secure in the game. It's time for you, viewers from home, to know the real Blandly's plans. So, as you may know, I'm surrounded by underdogs, and they're all so boring and unpopular. So, I have to outlast them all, eliminating back to back the most unpopular ones that are killing the views. And so, me, the future winner, will save the ratings, and possibly they'll give me the hosting role for the next season of Total Drama. Then, on First Class, Eve and Ezekiel are enjoying the wedding cake, and nothing else. And Ezekiel has a moment where he falls for the gluttony, and he tries to swallow the whole cake. And then Eva, for joking, she smashes Ezekiel's head in the cake. The both of them laugh. And on Luthor's class, while Blandly is trying to make the alliance with Chef, Katie and Sadie are gossiping with Tyler and trying to keep in tight to them by telling him some things to impress Lindsay. Meanwhile, Noah is looking at them suspicious. Maybe I should have listened to Cody and try to force a tiebreaker between Katie and Cody, but I could still be wrong, and Katie and Sadie are just socializing with Tyler. But I might be cooked. But there's still the probability that Blandly might just flip on their alliance for her unknown reasons. Before the challenge starts, everyone is in position for running on the Great Chinese Wall, but Chris is busy doing calls where he discusses about the remaining budget. So he gives fake signal for the players to start, and so before he even finishes to explaining the rules of the challenge, the players are already running. Eva is on the lead, followed by Ezekiel. Then there's Tyler, Sadie, and Katie. In the end, there are Noah and Blanley left behind. Blanley teases Noah about Alejandro's flirts with him. Noah denies anything about him having actual feelings for the Hispanic man. And then Blanley slaps Noah like she did to Heather in canon. So Blanley gets on the reshow. Noah turns around to see if the donkey or the stick are taken, and yes, Eva has the donkey and Ezekiel has took the stick. Then uh, Katie takes the bike and Sadie lets Tyler have the tricycle, but in exchange he'll have to help her in the second part of the challenge. And so Tyler gets the tricycle and Sadie gets the skateboard. And so Noah is left with the shoes. On their way to the unknown finish line, Katie is the first to bump in explosive, followed by Sadie and Tyler. Blanley somehow can keep online with Noah, even without anyone actually pulling her. And Noah and Blanley keep insulting each other. Meanwhile, Tyler encounters an explosive as well, and he flies away the same way Courtney did in canon. Then Eva and Ezekiel keep going, but Ezekiel eventually steps on an explosive as well and lands in the same house Sarah did in canon. Oh no, now I'll never win to this challenge. And so the old lady, instead of giving love tea, she gives Ezekiel winning tea. A tea that makes you win somehow. It will be actually useful on the eating part of the challenge. Back on the race, Katie notices Sadie willing to help Tyler when he struggles with his bike, and then Katie questions Sadie why she's Then there's, for the second part of the challenge, there's the eating contest. And since this is my favorite episode of Total Drama World Tour, I'm going just to put the whole song, but with the characters swapped, because I think it's more funny rather than saying that Ezekiel wins immunity.
What is it? Allow me to begin today's number. A little Chinese lesson for you. Man Manchi means enjoy your meal. Man Manchi, it's no raw deal. Is it roasted eel? It's donkey meat, local delicacy.
Ace, where are you? Fart if you can hear me.
Delicious.
Drop something.
Done.
Done.
It's a bacon double cheeseburger. Bacon double cheeseburger.
Hurry, Cody!
I can't eat Ace. Done.
Cody, you're out. Loser bench.
Oh.
Smells delicious, Chef.
Man Manchi means bon appetit. Man Manchi, what do we have to eat?
It's still moving its feet. It's hundreds and hundreds of disgusting little feet.
Live mealworms, local delicacy.
Wow, Chef, 5 stars.
Seriously? You're enjoying this?
Done.
Oops, my hair tie fell.
Done.
Done.
Heather, you're out. Loser bench. Man Manchi, it's dinner for 4. Man Manchi, we've got room for more.
I think I'm nearly done for.
Starfish on a skewer, local delicacy.
I don't know why I'm having such hair tie problems today.
Bacon. Bacon.
Done.
Duncan, you're out. Loser bench.
You're having a snack while you watch this? You are sick.
Yeah, we don't even know what that's called. It ain't right, whatever it is. Man Manchi, don't get the squirts. Man Manchi, we'd rather eat our shirts.
Wait, stop. Why does Blaney's food look so much better?
It's exactly the same.
Listen, man.
And why does Alejandro keep bending over while he's eating?
I got a better question. Why does old Courtney keep chewing her cud back here?
I do not.
You have a little something.
Chris, what are you going to do about all this crazy cheating?
Yeah, okay, budget, blah, blah, blah. What am I supposed to do?
Get off the phone and host the flipping show. Alejandro is slipping his food back to Courtney, and someone is giving Blaney actual food instead of grossosity.
It is a lie.
So not true.
Get over it.
I'm so ashamed.
Listen, we gotta wrap this up. So, here's the dealio. One last round. Whoever wins has invincibility in tonight's vote, and they get to take the person of their choice up to first class with them.
At least switch Blaney's bowl to prove she's not cheating, and move Courtney away from Alejandro.
Fine. Blaney, trade bowls with Sierra. Courtney, put this on to prove you can keep your mouth shut.
This is ridiculous.
Let's get this done. Man Manchi. They love to eat on the Yangtze.
Cody's in first class with me, and my love me tea.
Later on, at the plane, Sadie reunites the majority to discuss the vote. Okay guys, tonight we vote Eva. She's the biggest threat out of here. Actually, I think we all should vote Ezekiel off this plane. He's the least popular. Do you really want him here? Why is that even solved? Like, he's won immunity. We can't vote him tonight. Our vote is set to Eva. And that's it. Reunion dismissed. Everyone walks away, and Blanley, especially, walks away to Noah. And Blanley has a plan in mind, and so she goes to Noah, Eva, and Zeke. Oh, I know I should not be doing that because you're on the opposing alliance, but I need to tell this. Remember when Cody called out Katie and Sadie for being evil and schemy? He was right, in part. Yet, Sadie is the actual mind. It was Sadie all along who planned her teammates' eliminations and forced Cody into doing a lot of things. And so Katie just obeyed her. Also, they wanted to vote Eva tonight, and when I disagreed, they told me if I didn't do as they said, they would have voted me tonight. And so, blindly walks away. At the elimination, Chris reads the votes. 1 vote Sadie, 1 vote Eva, 1 vote Sadie. And yet, still because of budget issues, both Eva and Sadie are getting eliminated. And this time, Eva is actually not mad. She's calm, quiet, and she doesn't even say a word. Meanwhile, Sadie cries between Katie's arms as she's got eliminated. Anyway, before Eva jumps off, Ezekiel comes to her and thanks her for being his friend and helping him grow as a person. And yet, then they share a hug. Right after that, Sadie tells Katie to win not just for her, not just for the million, not just for the fame, but for the both of them, because they didn't become evil schemers just for nothing. And that they need to prove that they have more personality rather than being just best friends. Episode 21. In Lucius class, Katie confronts Blanley about the last vote. The fuck was last vote? You agreed on voting Eva. Sorry, my fingers slipped. My fingers did totally not slip on Ezekiel. I did it on purpose. I mean, as a former host, I'm well aware of Chris' economical issues, and so I caused a tie, knowing that obviously Chris would have done something crazy like eliminating the both of them, and who doesn't like double elimination? Plus, I decided to target Sadie because she was the least popular in my alliance. Meanwhile, on first class, since Eva got eliminated, Ezekiel decided to bring Noah with him. And while Ezekiel is actually enjoying first class, Noah is actually more worried. So, what do you mean by that? How do we manage to survive the majority against us? Somebody voted for me, right? Well, the majority isn't going to last that much. Hey, bro, how did you learn to be that smart? I think that hanging out with people like Noah is going to make me way more smarter than how I was during the first part of the challenge, where the players have to collect plums while the others kick at them soccer balls. The first one to go is Tyler, who can't even manage to reach the plums that he's already knocked off. Then there's Blanley, and Noah and Ezekiel keep aiming at her legs, so she keeps falling down, and in the end, she gets only one plum. Then we have Ezekiel, and he manages to get some. Then we have Noah, who managed to get still a great amount of them. And then Katie, who manages to get a lot still. For the second part of the challenge, with all the plans that the players have gathered, they have to use a bat to get to crack the fruits with the plums. So Katie is able to break first her fruit, then followed by Noah, then Ezekiel, and Blanley and Tyler can't manage to break their fruits, so they get nothing. Now, for the second part of the challenge, since Ezekiel is still here and he's not feral, they're not going to hunt him for the third part of the challenge. So they had to hunt a lion because yes. But before the lion actually gets released, Katie gets 6 tranquilizers, Noah gets 3, Ezekiel gets 3 as well, and Tyler and Blanley get nothing. But since Blanley is still working with Chef, she gets 10. Now the lion gets released, everyone is runs away from the lion, and Noah and Ezekiel, no, the mergers are split in Noah and Ezekiel, Blanley and Tyler, and Katie's alone. She doesn't really want to work with Blanley anymore. Now, on the Blanley and Tyler side, Blanley would ask Tyler questions about his relationship with Lindsay, just to keep him more tied to her. And meanwhile, they talk about Lindsay, the two of them fall in the quicksand, and they manage to get out of the quicksand because the lion that was chasing them actually stopped nearby for eating, and not realizing it was its tail, Blanley and Tyler hold on to it and manage to to escape the quicksand, but then they get chased again by the lion, and so they have to find rescue on a tree. On the tree, Tyler and Blanley worry because they basically have nothing to shoot the lion with, but then Blanley gets the equipment that Chef illegally gave her, and they shoot two tranquilizers at the lion, and they can bring him to Chris. Belen and Tyler are taking the lion, the sleep lion, to Chris, but Noah and Ezekiel reach them, and they shoot tranquilizers to both Blenley and Tyler. But then Katie shoots tranquilizer to both Noah and Ezekiel. The four of them fall asleep. When they wake up, they obviously have to sing the wake up song, like in canon, and they find out that they have horrible injuries, and the lion is gone because meanwhile Katie tried to bring the lion to Chris, but obviously the lion was very heavy, so she just gave up. And when she gave up, the lion woke up and started chasing her. And still now, Katie is being chased, but then she runs back to the plane, and Blanley jumps on the lion, meaning that Blanley takes the lion to Chris, winning immunity. Blanley takes Tyler in first class, and before the elimination, Katie goes to Noah and Ezekiel to tell them to target Tyler. Guys, before you even think about voting me off, I think you should hear me out. We all should vote Tyler tonight because he's very tight with Blanley. Plus, if it wasn't for her, Sadie would still be with me, and yet, still, she clearly wants to vote off Ezekiel, but since she's won immunity, as I said, we should eliminate Tyler because even if I'm clearly more strategic than you may think, uh, Tyler has the endurance, and even if he's clumsy, he has a huge resistance. At the elimination, Chris reads the votes. 1 vote Tyler, 2 votes Ezekiel, and other 2 votes. Episode 22. Blanley took Katie in first class because Tyler got eliminated, and they confront each other about the last 2 eliminations. Look, if Sadie leans into creating alliances and building safety just for us to scheme in the shadows, I lean into creating distrust and shattering relationships. During the challenge in Easter Islands, Chris gives the hats, and Katie gets turquoise. Noah gets a purple, Benny blue, and Ezekiel red. For the rest of the challenge, Noah and Ezekiel and Katie and Blanley split for searching the eggs that match their colors. And actually, Katie is following Noah and Ezekiel because seeing that when Ezekiel finds 2 eggs, one of his color and one of Noah's, he suggests to put these 2 eggs inside Ezekiel's hood. And as they do, they gather more eggs that Katie manages to make fall and then crack. and uh, and it and it's like this for the rest of the first part of the challenge, and Blanley still works with Chef, and so he gives her a lot of eggs, and still also Katie finds a lot of eggs on her own, and after Blanley comes out from the place where Chef gave her a lot of eggs, a giant condor chases her, so Chris would have no suspects on their secret alliance. Going on with the challenge, it ends up when everyone gets chased by the giant condor, and one of Noah's eggs hatches, and there's a baby Noah, like Cody King, the baby condor that resembles Cody, the same but with Noah. And Blanley makes a joke where she implies to be shipping Ezekiel and Noah. But at the same time, she questions how can Noah, the sarcastic guy, pull so many people on this season? And somehow, Blanley is declared the winner of the first part of the challenge, so she wins an advantage. For the second part of the challenge, Blanley is the first to go, but the fact that she has a lot of eggs to carry on is actually against her, and she has a lot of weight to lift, and she doesn't even reach the nest that she falls down. The next is Katie, who still gets beaten by the condor. Then there's Noah, who successfully manages to put the eggs at their place, especially after showing the condor Noah to the condor mom. And doing so, he wins immunity, and Chris doesn't nearly care about who won immunity, who votes who. This is a non-elimination round. Episode 23. In Lucius class, Zeke is here because this time Noah wasn't allowed to bring someone in first class because Chris says that with at least 3 people in the losers class, there will be more drama, he says. Indeed, Blanley is intentioned to get Ezekiel on her side. Look, Ezekiel, it's the final 4 now, and you and Noah are just 2 against me and Katie. So, anyway, I think you should just flip on Noah. Why? Because he's too smart. He's obviously using you as a pawn. And when the time will arrive, he will just drop you off. Great try, Blanley. But you'll need more than this to get Ezekiel on your side and survive the elimination after this challenge. Huh. Look who's here. The last one standing from Team Amazon. We know you're the main villain. Yeah, it's the final 4. We obviously know each other's colors after like 21 challenges. I am the villain. Ezekiel is just a Noah's ally. Noah is the schemer, and you are the horrible host whose only target is to eliminate the least popular players, ignoring strategy. Like, it's so obvious you voted off Ezekiel every single time. And now, like a coward, you rely on him because he's your only choice left. During the first part of the challenge, they have to create their own dinosaurs. And so, what do they make? Blandly absolutely makes a Blandlysaurus, as she describes it as Blanderific, and she makes a dinosaur out of herself. Katie makes a Bastiosaurus, a dinosaur that only hunts in couples or groups of two and becomes feral all alone. Noah would make something like a Brainosaurus, a dinosaur that has a lot of brain. And Ezekiel would make just remake one of his favorite dinosaurs, which could be Triceratopus. I don't know, I just threw it there. Now, for the second part of the challenge, whose dinosaur is whose favorite? Blenly's favorite is Katie's because it looks cool at least. Katie's favorite would be Ezekiel's because it would be the most accurate and detailed. Noah's favorite would be Katie's for the concept, and Ezekiel's favorite would be probably Blandly's because it's the most impressive and big. For coming in first place, Katie gets the digger. For coming in second and third, since it's basically a tie, both Blandly and Noah get the pigsake, and for coming in last, Ezekiel gets nothing because Chris hates him. Then obviously Blandly, who is still working with the chef, goes to a secret place for retrieving the oil barrels. But Katie does the smart move of following her, and when she gets the opportunity of sabotaging her, trapping her like Heather and Alejandro in canon, she does it. Then Blandly calls out Katie for doing so, calling her unsufferable, and then the same song in canon gets singed. That's how it ends, I think. And Katie rethinks about what she just did and helps Blandly. But she has to give at least half of whatever Chef gives her to her. But when the two of them come back, Katie actually pushes Blandly away, and she takes all the barrels for herself and wins immunity. At the elimination, Chris decides to give marshmallows instead of peanut bags. And so he reads the votes. Noah and Katie are safe with no vote each. At least, let me say something before I go. Ezekiel, quit it. You're not going to win anyways. Katie, your and Sadie's personalities are literally just about each other. And Noah, give up and make out with Alejandro. Can't we just butter already?
I don't know. This part's kind of fun.
Oh, you want to hear something really fun? They wanted me to host the show. You only got the job because I said no and...
Episode 24 It's the fourth aftermath, and on Team Katie we have Tyler, Beth, Sadie, Trent, Lashana, Lindsay, and Heather. On Team Noah we have Justin, Izzy, Cody, Courtney, Alejandro, Sarah, Blanley, Gwen, and Owen. And on Team Ezekiel we have Eva, Harold, Bridget, DJ, Jeff, and Duncan. Then for the challenge for getting each finalist something to help them in the finale. For Team Katie, Sadie volunteers. For Team Noah, Alejandro volunteers. And for Ezekiel, Eva volunteers. Eva wins first place for Ezekiel, Alejandro wins second place for Noah, and Sadie wins third place for Katie. Episode 25. The final three has to find any method to arrive at Hawaii, and since Noah and Ezekiel are allied since the beginning of the season, they're obviously teaming up against Katie. So she'll have to think about something in order to break the shoe. Noah and Ezekiel go inside the truck with the animals. Meanwhile, Katie takes the train. And as the truck gets all the animals in the same train that Katie went on, Noah and Ezekiel get out of the section where the animals are, and then they find Katie. The three of them are shocked to find each other on the same wagon. And so Katie and Noah get on the roof of the train, while Ezekiel stays behind. Ezekiel reaches Katie and Noah on the rooftop of the train, but a storm commences and Ezekiel falls out of the train, but he's saved because there are some horses running, like, I don't know. I don't remember what happened in the actual episode, but I remember that in canon, Alejandro went on rode an horse, and so Ezekiel does, while Kate and Noah stay on the train. In the end, all the three finalists arrive at the finish line, and since Noah and Ezekiel are teaming, they're sharing a boat, while Katie stopped for picking something around. As Katie picks some rocks, she goes on a boat as well, and as she reaches Noah and Ezekiel, she starts throwing rocks at their boat's motor, causing a malfunction at Noah and Ezekiel's boat, and so she can reach the finish line first. And as Noah and Ezekiel reach Katie, Chris puts them in a tie because they both picked the same boat to go to the Hawaii. Episode 26, the last episode, Hawaiian Punch. Noah and Ezekiel are immediately put in a tiebreaker to decide who's going to face Katie in the finale. And I wouldn't change the tiebreaker. And Noah wins the tiebreaker against Ezekiel out of my bias because I'd rather have a Noah as winner instead of Ezekiel. Sorry, guys. For the first part of the final challenge, Noah and Katie are allowed to choose two helpers. Katie chooses Sadie, then she asks to the others who volunteers, and Heather stands up. She really liked how Katie played this season, and so she has her full support. Noah chooses Eva, and he will choose Ezekiel, but he needs to win, and so he has to choose Alejandro. As Katie finishes first, she gets the head start. But as Katie got last place in the aftermath, she gets nothing to help her for carrying the wooden body. Meanwhile, as Noah got second place, he gets a carriage. Both Noah and Katie arrive at the lava lake, and so their helpers start cutting some ropes. And the first is Heather cutting a rope that accidentally makes a piano fall on Katie, and then she yells at Heather, asking if she's doing that on purpose or not. Heather denies it, and so Katie continues, but Noah is now ahead Katie, and unfortunately Eva cuts a rope that makes a weight land in front of Noah, giving Katie the lead. Then Katie goes past the lava lake and Noah is still behind, and Sadie cuts a last rope that makes the cage land on Noah. So, for keeping the others distracted, Alejandro rips off his shirt, and while all the girls but Katie are distracted by Alejandro's body, he goes to Noah. Oh, great. Now I'm stuck. Noah, mi amor, listen to me. You can't just give up right now. You're at one step from winning $1 million, and you're the most pretty, smart, and underrated player in this cast. And I would hate seeing you lose right in the finale. Yes, my intentions back then were purely strategic, but I came to think that our connections can be deeper than any game. So then Alejandro rips the bars of the cage that was trapping Noah, and then Noah told Alejandro that he would have actually thought about giving him his number after he wins the $1 million, obviously. Katie reaches the top of the volcano, and so Noah does. But Casey is far ahead from Noah, and so he has the only option of throwing his sacrifice to Katie, knocking her off. And uh, in Noah's finale, the one I chose to be canon, Noah's sacrifice then rolls down inside the volcano, and in Katie's finale, Noah still throws his sacrifice to Katie, but then Katie's sacrifice is the one who rolls down in the volcano, making her the winner. Now, if you choose Katie as your winner in this rewrite, she decides to share half of her money with Sadie, obviously, and probably they have another tour around the world, but this time with no challenges and nothing to scheme about rather than the destinations. Not to mention that Heather will try to befriend them, but Sadie and Katie thank her for wanting to be their friends, but they're satisfied with each other. Instead, if you choose Noah as your winner in this rewrite, first he'd share the prize money with Eva, Ezekiel, and Alejandro. The last one starts hanging out with Noah even after the competition is over, and probably the two of them would compete in the redonkulous race because in this rewrite Noah and Owen don't bond even slightly. Now, in Revenge of the Island, since Ezekiel made third place in this rewrite, and Maria doesn't quit on episode 7 because Firal Ezekiel isn't there to give her a fake diamond. So probably one day I'll be covering what if Maria didn't quit, but I don't know. Mainly because now I'm getting really interested in my own rewrite and how it may continue. And yes, Alejandro and Noah are also competing together in the redonkulous race, unless we're really bringing back Owen for the spin-off, just because then it will make sense to have both Noah and Owen two finalists as the team reality TV pros. And yes, I'm totally leaning into making Alenoah canon in this alternative universe because I decided so. Because then I'd have to go on Wattpad and reading everything for the 15th time, anything about Alenoa, and I don't feel like doing that. So probably whenever I'll be able to, I'll do What If and Maria Didn't Quit in Revenge of the Island, and the following Total Drama All Stars related video. And so the video is over. Please tell me in the comments what do you think about it? How would you have changed the right? And how do you expect the rest of the alternative universe to go? And obviously share, like, and subscribe. This was also my first serious video with me using my real voice, as 2 years ago probably I've done also to this venture camp what ifs, and I really struggled with my voice because back then I didn't knew a lot about English. Um, I was starting to be better indeed 2 years ago. And so thanks for being comprehensible regarding my bad English, because it's not even my first language. Anyway, thanks again for viewing my video and giving me a feedback in the comments. Bye!